Welcome to Getting Saucy with Amy. My name is Amy. I am a wellness coach for health conscious peeps, and I am here to show you how to make pesto because it's amazing. And if any of you have these big, beautiful basil plants growing right now, take advantage because they'll keep growing if you keep harvesting them. So I've harvested about a cup smashed, like truly smashed. You can see, nice ball of it. And I'm going to put that into our Ninja. So the ingredients you're going to need is basil, pine nuts, garlic, grated Parmesan cheese, lemon juice, olive oil, and some salt, which we might put in or not. We're going to play with it. So the thing about pesto and basil, the basil, because it grows fresh, can have different flavor profile. It's about the same, but sometimes it's more bitter, sometimes it's sweeter. So I'm going to give you some ingredients, but I want you to be brave and play with it. So the very first thing we're going to do is chop up some of our pine nuts and our garlic. Okay? Now, if you want a really smooth pesto, you could put the basil in and then these things on top, and you're going to blend it for quite a while, and then you'll add your cheese and your olive oil, and then we're going to put the lemon and the salt to balance the flavor. If you want it kind of chunky, then you'll do this first. So I'm going to make a chunky one today. And you can even do this and then you're cutting everything up separately and mixing it together to make it even more chunky. So let's see how this turns out. That done. All right, I'm going to put this back in here. That's nice. Just a thick crunch. And we're not going to be too worried about it getting out of here because we're eventually going to have all this mixed together. So here's our yummy basil stuffed into this. You want to use a small processor unless you're going to make a big batch because it will just treat it strangely if you put it into the larger one. But if you're making like a huge batch, sometimes I'll make a whole bunch of this. I'll actually buy it from my organic grower and get 6 or 8 pounds of basil. Then you can make batches and you put them into little glass jars and freeze them, and they turn out amazing. So that's how I can get it all done at one time and have them there. But this is also super fast and easy to do if you don't have time to do mass production like I tend to. All right, we're gonna, oh, there's one missing. Stick it in there. Put that a little tiny bit. Perfect. I'm going to throw this back in there. Oh, so yummy. All right, and with our cheese, stir that up. Just a little. Get our olive oil. Now, the recipe calls for half a cup, and I'm going to just put some in there until it's the consistency that you want. Sometimes that's better because you want it thicker if you're going to be putting it on toast with avocado, or you want it thinner if you're going to be putting it on spaghetti. And coming up, we're going to be doing pesto with spaghetti squash and grilled chicken, so stay tuned for that. I love the color of this stuff. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, yep, it's looking nice. Not too blended. I'm going to add a little bit more oil, actually. And just a splash of lemon juice. Oh, there's another leaf. Look at me. I'm leaving them out. Don't do that. Like a teaspoon to start. Okay, now's the truth test. I love it. Pesto is so amazing, fresh. The lemon juice makes the basil pop. We've got good garlic. If you let it sit for a couple of hours in the fridge, it does really well. To preserve it so that it doesn't turn dark, you're going to put it into a glass container, flatten it out, and then you put a little bit of olive oil on top to cover it. Then when you go to use it, you just stir that in, use what you want to, flatten it back out, and put another little coating of olive oil in there. That will help keep it fresh and not turn black. So that's making pesto. Hope you enjoyed this Getting Saucy. We love you guys. Thank you for being here.